All right, I'm going to read it because I've just got to be able to one up Zach and Ann here a little bit. I'll get it up close. How's that better?
Moral support.
Yeah, moral support. Well, Kathy, we finally have a girl. You do good. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Glenn. I'm Zach's best man. What an absolute honor not only to be Zach's best man, but also his business partner and his daddy. Kathy and I, as well as Fran and Olga, are so happy to have you all here to be part of this special day as we celebrate Zach and Ann's wedding and the beginning of their life together. Zach, I recall the day you came into our lives like it was yesterday. Your arrival was signified a new beginning for both your mom and I. A new beginning that led us down a road filled with love and gratitude. You were our first child, our practice session in becoming parents. As our first of three boys, you were the one that got hours of videos and boxes full of pictures and everything new. You have been my sidekick for 25 years, and between our love for hunting and working alongside you, we have already shared a lifetime of memories together. I can't wait to add many more. I cannot think of a moment where I have not felt proud to be your dad from your first breath. I am proud of the man I saw you growing into, and especially of the man I see today. When you were little, your grandmommy had a picture of you taped to a medicine bottle, and each day when she saw your picture, she would pray for you. Like her, your mom and I would not only pray for you, but also for your future wife, even though we didn't know at the time who she would be or who God would bring into your life. Zach, my charge to you is to never stop falling in love. It's a daily process. Life and work can get in the way sometimes, but at the end of the day, marriage and life with Ann needs to be your priority. Ann. I think I met you first at the gym, LA Fitness. I always thought you were so beautiful and pleasant, that girl next door kind of girl that I hoped was the type of girl that my boys would bring home to us someday. And here you are. We've had a couple years to get to know you and to begin making memories with you as well. You can dress up and be stunning, but you look really good in camo. I've seen a little redneck side of you that I'm not sure most of your family knew existed. Zach taught you to shoot a gun, a bow, and to hunt. And I remember many times coming home to our house to find Ann out in our yard already shooting or practicing with her bow. She even got to the point that she would drive herself out to the woods to hunt. However, she still needs a little help getting out of the woods, as she's not real thrilled about walking out in the dark. She is not a big fan of the noises in the wood at night or the occasional snake that we have had the opportunity to find. I'll still get you to hold one yet. Ann has helped to add meat to the freezer. I was so thrilled to be there with her when she shot her first deer. I even got to smear the blood on her face as her rite of passage. I am so happy that you have developed an interest in hunting and diving, that you and Zach can share these times together. Your excitement with life is so intoxicating and awesome. My charge to you, Ann, is never take your love for granted. Stand by Zach, support him, strive to always let Zach know how important he is to you. I love to see that spark in his eyes when he is with you and he speaks of you. And we can't say thank you enough for coming into our son's life and for giving him so much love, joy, and happiness. Take care of our little boy. Almost done. It's hard to think of the right advice or words of wisdom that I can share with you, Zach and Ann. There's always so much advice that one gets on a day like this, but what I can say is this: life is going to be filled with good and bad days. But if you're open in your communication and speak with one another with kindness and respect, the bad days, well, they'll only seem like little disturbances. Show one another affection every day and remember why you are here today, to celebrate the unending love the two of you share with one another. This is truly an occasion to celebrate. So, will everyone please raise your glasses as we toast Zach and Ann in the first day of their lives together? Congratulations to Zach and Ann.
All right, so I'm going to ask you all to bear with me tonight. I'm a little nervous. It's my best friend getting married. I mean, come on. Thank you all for coming to celebrate the unity of Zach and Ann tonight. They are amazing together, and tonight has been incredible. I'm Kaylee. I'm from Tampa. I'm the maid of honor, and I am so happy to be able to share this experience with all of you. So for those that don't know, me and Ann met actually in our first class of college. Go figure, it was called College Success. So it was a great success. And actually, when we first met, I thought her name was Megan. And I really did. And I learned later that night that it was Ann. And we actually went out and we had the time of our lives. And I don't know how many of you have seen Step Brothers, but it was actually one of those moments where you look at each other and you're like, did we just become best friends? Well, that's exactly what happened. And, throughout college, we had many great experiences together, from running through the hills together and, trying to get our bodies on point as usual and get our tans on at the pool, to, drinking margaritas at El Cerro and tailgating, not just FSU, but UCF. We had many great times together. And, we both graduated. We went on our separate ways, her to Melbourne, me to Tampa. And we were able to maintain our special bond together, which, I've never had a friend like Ann. So, oh, I don't.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah, I told you to bear with me. Okay. So, when I got the call that Ann was seeing Zach, I was like, oh, this is so great, and Zach, she told me all about their adventures, we had many conversations about it, but, sorry.
You're doing good. No, you're doing good. You're pretty crying.
So, I feel like the hunting was a gradual thing. It was kind of funny that I feel like as I got to talk to her and the months would go by, it slowly progressed from her just observing to suddenly she was out there, to she had, they were suddenly hunting together. I actually got her first camo hat. And I think that's your lucky hat now. I think, yeah. Oh, that's the one she wore for the proposal. And suddenly it was like we had a Katniss on our hands. And, Zach, he's such a gentleman. I don't think I could have asked for a better man to fall in love with my best friend. And she found her better half with Zach. And, I wish them many years of happiness, which I know they'll have. And I'm going to ask you all to raise your glass just like Lyndon. And let's go ahead. I have to go get mine. Yes. And let's wish this couple many years of happiness together, as I know they'll have. I love you guys.
I want to begin by thanking everybody. Each and every one of you are here because you've played some sort of role in our lives, whether it was myself before I met Ann or us as a couple, and vice versa. And we appreciate having you all here for the memories and to just celebrate this incredible time. And we couldn't be more thankful that somehow, out of everybody in this world, us, Ann and I, being from rival high schools, after 23 years, never ever crossed paths. Somehow, being only 10 miles away. And it's a simple test that God had us for each other. And we thank you all for being here. Bow your heads, please. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for giving me Ann. And we ask that you please bless this food. Also bless each and every one that is here and has taken the time out of their day to come celebrate this incredible memory of Ann and mine. And we ask that you please keep all those safe and have a great evening. Amen.
A lot of people came from far away places, and it's greatly appreciated because it's expensive. I know that, and it's great that you could come here. We have a lot of people from Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, all kinds of places. I know, and I think the biggest thing here is in our family we've had some bad things happen in the last few years, last few months, but tonight we have a good thing. And as my son used to say about Halloween, he used to say, Halloween is a very good thing. Well, Zach and Ann getting married is a very, very good thing. And I'm so, and the other thing I'd like to bring some attention is Jack Womble here is Zach's grandfather, and Mr. and Mr. Zach Womble, they're over there, grandparents. Zach is very lucky that he has 3 grandparents. And I got the other one here. Marge Bernardi, where are you? We have another grandmother. Ann doesn't have any grandparents, but we do have a great aunt over here, Anna Parenti. And my wife has a picture of her mother and father's wedding in 1939. Like, this is, for you people, this is before World War II. And the junior bridesmaid at that wedding was Anna Parenti. And now she is here. I think, is anyone here 90? Well, if you're not, she's the oldest person here. So that's life. We live a good life. And she started out as a junior bridesmaid at her sister's wedding, and now she is a distinguished guest at her sister's daughter's wedding. And that's life. It really is. And do you want me to tell you any stories about Ann or just end this? Well, it's up to you. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to tell you about Ann and Franny and the ice cream cone. That's off color. That's off color. But I can tell you one story is Ann was the greatest. You ever play Candyland here? Ann was undefeated in Candyland because she cheated. Until she met my mother, her grandmother. And after this, Ann would just fix the cards. So there's 2 bad cards. There's one good one, it's Queen Frostine, and the bad one is Glumpy. Well, she would set the deck so her opponent would get Glumpy and she would get Queen Frostine. Well, we'd let her win. She thought she was the greatest player until she met my mother. That wasn't going. After the second game, she threw the cards at her and says, I'm not playing with you, you cheat. So And the only other thing, Ann is a very competitive person. Very competitive. In fact, Ann's biggest athletic accomplishment wasn't playing softball or anything. It was winning the MVP of the Powder Puff football game at Satellite High. Parents are happy that their daughter is the homecoming queen, but now Ann didn't care about that. She wanted to be the MVP of the Powder Puff football game. And for all the football coaches in here, she destroyed these girls. They actually thought they were playing, what is it, with this tags and all this stuff? No, Ann played tackle football, and she would knock these girls down, and then she'd grab the flag from them and pull them out. Well, needless to say, Ann was MVP her senior year, and that was probably her biggest accomplishment in life. So as competitive as she was, I think right now this is a win-win situation because she has got the biggest win in life because when you select a partner that's going to be your best partner for the rest of your life, you win. And I think Zach selected the best partner in his life, so he wins. So it's a win-win situation here. So they both won. So that's all I've got to say. Okay.